Sego Sewakwego. Good morning, everyone. Just welcome to all of our people who may be joining us online. We're now at the council chambers of the Mohawk Bay of Quinte, and today is the regular council meeting of July the 23rd. And the first order of business is to adopt the agenda. Then we will have the minutes of July the 9th, 2025 read. But before we do that, we will acknowledge the Creator and ask the Creator for his help in the work that we do for the community. Because without the help of the Creator, we don't usually have much success. And so, and let's also remember those who are in need in our community, those who are in need of their health restored, or those who have other needs. We remember them all. Yeah. So the first order of business will be to review and adopt the agenda. I'll read the council minutes of July the 9th, 2025 into the record. We'll have business arising from the minutes. Any meetings, upcoming meetings outside the territory will be identified. We have to reschedule the council meeting August the 20th. Item number 5 is the Community Infrastructure, Environment and Climate Change Canada is requesting a meeting with the council. There's business registrations for renewals for McMurdo Lumber and Building Supplies. For KC Builders, a business registration renewal. Business registration renewal for Sacred Circle. There are some land transfers. The request for a meeting regarding this, set a date for a meeting for to discuss the residency bylaw. Pay tenders are in. There's been one tender received. Gowlings, invoice is a motion to pay. NERA is the consultant for the Turton Pen loss of use. That invoice has to be paid. ISC amendment number 105 for additional funds for MBQ will need to be approved and signed. Head Start addition, motion to award the contract. RBC on reserve mortgage program. Then the upcoming meetings for July the 30th. Is the local business council meeting. August the 6th is the regular council meeting. August 13th is the local business council meeting. August 20th is the regular council meeting, and August the 27th is the local business. And there are some items to be added to the agenda. You mentioned, Angela, what are they regular or local private?
The one is more public than anything, I guess.
Which one is that?
And that's to select a date to do the interviews for the Economic Development Executive Director.
Director interviews. Is there anything else?
You have documents to sign.
Okay, so
I think it's internal stuff.
Okay, so when we get to the private portion of the agenda, I'll ask the same question. We can add it at that time. Does the council members have any additional items to be identified? No? Okay, motion to accept the agenda with that addition.
Motion, Chief.
Ogwari.
I'll second.
And Aaron. Is anyone opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. And also, Councillor Chris Brandt has to work today, so he's unavailable for council today.
He is going to try to get here around lunch if he can.
Okay, thank you very much for that update, Shelley. So Chris Brandt will attend if he's available at lunchtime. So the minutes. The council minutes of July the 6th, 2025 were held in the council chambers at 9 a.m. Present, I was present. Curtis Brandt was present. Linda Lewin present. Chris Miracle present. Regrets, Ogwari was attending an appointment. Chris Brandt had work commitments, and Aaron had work commitments. Staff attending were Angela Miracles, Acting CEO, Shelley Bowden, Executive Administrative Assistant and Recording Secretary to the Council. Charles Miracle, Executive Assistant to the Chief, was present. Motion 1 was moved by Linda and seconded by Curtis to adopt the agenda, and that motion was carried. Motion 2 was moved by Curtis and seconded by Linda, that the council minutes of June the 16th be approved. That motion was carried. Motion 3 was moved by Linda and seconded by Curtis to approve the following meetings outside of the territory. Chief will be attending Bill C5 meeting on July the 7th. That should be the 16th and 17th. And that was, pardon me, Bill C5 meeting. Actually, it should read Bill C5 meeting 16th and 17th in Gatineau. Chief and Linda will be attending the First Nations Wellness Conference on August 19th to the 20th in Toronto. Aaron is attending the Aboriginal Finance Officers Association Elected Leaders Workshop on November the 18th to the 19th in Toronto. The motion was carried. Motion 4 was moved by Chris and seconded by Linda to approve the signing of the letter of support for Dr. Jody John to carry out community-based research and breastfeeding. Motion was carried. Motion 5 was moved by Chris Miracle and seconded by Curtis. That be it resolved that we, the Council of the Tyendinaga Mohawk Territory, number 38, representing the Mohawks Bay of Quinte First Nation, at a duly convened meeting of the Council held on July the 10th, and having reviewed this sketch provided by Hydro One, attached here to as Schedule A sketch in respect of the new or modified connection at 169 Marks Road to the electricity distribution system, approve the proposed location of the poles, anchors, and conductors and equipment identified in the sketch on the Tyendinaga Mohawk Territory number 30 and Council Resolution 2025-26 was signed, and 26-25 was carried. Motion 6 was moved by Chris Miracle and seconded by Curtis Brandt. Be it resolved that we, the Council of the Tyendinaga Mohawk Territory, representing the Mohawks of the Bay of Quinte First Nation, at a duly convened meeting of the Council held on July the 10th, and having reviewed the sketch provided by Hydro One Networks Incorporated, attached hereto as Schedule A sketch in respect of the new or modified connection at 8190 Old Highway 2 to the electricity distribution system, approve the proposed location of the poles, anchors, conductors, and equipment identified in the sketch on the Tyendinaga Mohawk Territory number 38. Resolution number 25-26 026 was carried. Motion 7 was moved by Curtis and seconded by Chris Miracle to defer the request for a meeting with Environment Canada and Climate Change Canada to the July 23rd TMC meeting for Council to have a discussion with Megan Murphy, MBQ Environmental Services Supervisor. The motion was carried. Motion 8 was moved by Chris Miracle and seconded by Linda to approve the business registration for Turtle Island Supplies, owner Cordy Lloyd. The motion was carried. Motion 9 was moved by Curtis and seconded by Chris Miracle to approve the signing the letter for Riley Barnhart confirming his membership and that he hunts for sustenance purposes. The motion was carried. Motion 10 was moved by Curtis and seconded by Chris Miracle to approve the signing of the letter of permission to harvest in our traditional harvesting area for Braden Dubé. The motion was carried. Motion 11 was moved by Chris Miracle and seconded by Linda Lewin to defer the request for a meeting from staff to discuss the MBQ residency bylaw for full council. The motion was carried. Motion 12 was moved by Curtis and seconded by Linda that the council supports the request for the National Peace Officers Memorial Run through the territory on Friday, September the 25th, 2025. The motion was carried. Motion 13 was moved by Curtis Brandt and seconded by Linda to recess to attend a meeting with the Ministry of Transportation regarding the water line installation on Highway 49. The motion was carried. Council resumed the meeting at 11:30 a.m. Motion 14 was moved by Curtis Brandt and seconded by Linda Lewin to approve to pay the Stephen Fay invoice number 1 in the amount of $5,425 for economic development activities. The motion was carried. Motion 15 was moved by Curtis and seconded by Linda Lewin to approve to pay the Derek Wong invoice 875 in the amount of $12,371 and invoice number 876 in the amount of $2,100 for economic development activities. That motion was carried. Motion 16 was moved by Linda and seconded by Curtis to approve to pay the Hicks Morley invoice 831054 in the amount of $2,475 for human resources matters. Motion 17 was moved by Chris and seconded by Linda to approve to pay the Alan Pratt invoices 6385 and the amount of $2,200 for the Culverson track claim and invoice number 6386 in the amount of $2,622.50 for Turton Pen loss of use. Motion 18 was moved by Linda Lewine and seconded by Chris Miracle to approve to pay the Gowling WLG invoice 20,52553 in the amount of $2,892.50 for the Culberson partial tract settlement per capita distribution. Motion was carried. Motion 19 was moved by Curtis Brandt and seconded by Linda to approve to pay the JFK Law invoices 39188 in the amount of $990 for the general matters, 39189 in the amount of $2,140 for long-term care agreement, invoice number 400785 in the amount of $298 for long-term care agreement, invoice number 401905 in the amount of $799 for alcohol sales on the territory, and invoice number 401918 in the amount of $4,594 for general matters, and invoice number 401921 in the amount of $3,637 for Human Rights Tribunal. The motion was carried. Motion 20 was moved by Chris Miracle and seconded by Linda Lewine to approve to pay the NERA invoice 3CAD 3178P001 in the amount of $18,400 for turret and pen loss of use. The motion was carried. Motion 21 was moved by Chris Miracle and seconded by Linda to approve to the signing of the Indigenous Services Canada funding agreement 2122090027 Amendment 103 in the amount of $4,950 Lower Slash Road fuel spill review amendment number 104 in the amount of $65,000 for the severe weather damages, and this is tree removal impacting infrastructure. Motion 22 was moved by Chris Miracle and seconded by Curtis to approve with the services contract for Hydro One temporary connection for the band property maintenance trailer on Flat Street. Motion was carried. Motion 23 was moved by Linda Louise and seconded by Chris Miracle to approve the signing of the Association of Iroquois and Allied Indians Memorandum of Understanding in the amount of $146,313 for the Indigenous Healthy Babies, Healthy Children Program, $125,636 for Community Wellness Worker Program, $26,492 for Mental Health and Demonstration Project, $1,023,691 for Shelter Program, $2,000 for the Health Social Advisory Board Community Support, $9,000 for mental health training supports. The motion was carried. Motion 24 was moved by Curtis Brandt and seconded by Chris Miracle that whereas Mohawk has applied for funding to the Municipal Housing Infrastructure Program, Health and Safety Stream Intake for the proposed upgrades to the Huron-Brant Drive for subdivision lift station, and whereas Huron-Brant Drive lift station has been in service since 1995 and has many components that are absolutely obsolete and require replacement. In addition, there's no standby power available at this site, whereas the following upgrades have been identified: supply and install a new pump station, control paneling, replacing all power line distribution and control components, replacing level measures components, replacing alarm components, connection for aqua outposts, and supply and install a standby generator, including 2,200A automatic transfer switch to ensure uninterrupted service, IO for monitoring and alarms, fuel tank delivery and installation, replace the current leak seals in the valve chamber as they are in poor condition. This will prevent infiltration into the chamber, protecting the electrical equipment. Replace the sumps pump discharge line, install the screening baskets on the two inlet lines into the wet well. This will provide protection of the pumps in the wet well to reduce plugging issues, backing up transmitter for redundancy level, monitoring alarm operations, and whereas the total amount of the application is $518,750 subject to the following contributions. Provincial contribution, $378,687.50. MB contribution is 27%, $140,062.50. Therefore, be it resolved that the Council agrees to support the application to Municipal Housing and Infrastructure Program, Health and Safety Stream Intake for the proposed upgrades for Huron-Brant Drive Subdivision Lift Station. Further, be it resolved that the Council hereby approves MBQ's 23% contribution, $140,062.50. Council Resolution 2526-017 was carried and signed. Motion 25 was moved by Curtis Brandt and seconded by Linda Lewine to approve awarding the contract to the lowest tender received from Fidelity to complete the unopened road along its Homeland Drive extension to Wyman's Road, Marks right-of-way off Beach Road, Ridge Road to, and Hickory Extension, and upper slash for Milltown East in the amount of $6,761,428.64, for total budget in the amount of $7,961,622.91. Other tenders received from Tomlinson, $6,968,970. Henderson, $7,589,829.85. Billed all contractors, $7,944,200.24. Council confirmed the meetings outside the Terry. July the 16th would be the local council. July the 23rd, the regular council. July the 30th, the local council. August 30th, council regular. August 13th, local business. August 20th was the regular council. August 27th was the local council. Moved by Chris Miracle, and motion 26, moved by Chris Miracle, and seconded this meeting went private at 11:45 a.m. The motion was carried. These are the minutes that were recorded by Shelley Bowden, the executive assistant and recording secretary to the council. Are there any errors, omissions, or corrections to these minutes?
I think there's something wrong with the price of dome output.
I just have to step out for a minute. Just give me a minute.
Oops. I think there's something wrong with the price.
Well, mine says 7,9044,200.
There's too many fours.
Too many fours or too many zeros, or I wasn't here, so I don't know what the amount was.
What'd you say, Sean?
I'm just checking it now.
Thank you.
So it's 7,904,000.
Too many fours?
And then on that same one, it's Homeland Drive spelled with 2 E's.
No.
Same motion. Motion 25.
In brackets after road allowance.
Got it.
Perfect. Thanks, Shelley.
I wasn't here.
Aguari, I think you did?
Yeah, we're just waiting for it to get back.
Okay, so Aguari, so the changes are, it'll be the 16th and 17th of motion 5, and it was in Gatineau, Quebec, at the Museum of History. And that was the meeting with the Prime Minister on the 17th. So, and then the other correction. On motion 21, just to add a little more explanation, it's for tree removal that would impact infrastructure like hydro, dell, or trees that could fall on the roads. So is there a motion then to accept these minutes as corrected? Warren
motion.
will second it.
I'll second Chief.
Linda, is anybody
Can we
opposed
motion if we weren't here?
to accept? the
Wait,
minutes
can
as
I motion
corrected?
it? Can I accept them if I wasn't here?
Is that okay?
No, not really.
Okay. Well,
So it will have to
I'll
be
rename.
Curtis, Linda, or Chris.
I'll vote, Chief.
I'll second them.
Chris and Linda. Chris and Linda, anybody opposed? Seeing none, the motion's carried. Is there any business arising from these minutes? Any business? Chip, do you have any? Aaron, do you? Chris? Linda? Ogari? Seeing none, we'll just note there were none. Meetings outside of the territory. Do you have any, Chip? That are not already approved?
I think we got a lobby meeting at the August 25th. I believe I seen from Michael.
We did identify dates. They haven't confirmed yet.
Well,
They sent a meeting
it was
notice
sent by
around.
him, Chief.
August 25th? Okay, then
I
we'll.
believe that's what it was.
Charlie, do you have something scheduled for August 25th in my calendar? If not, I'll look on here. August 25th. In-person meeting, you got it.
Did you find it?
Yep,
Okay. It is August 25th, right?
it is at 9 o'clock.
At 9 o'clock?
Yep,
No, 9:30 till
I was gonna say-
noon.
Yeah, it's 7 o'clock.
9:30 till noon.
Yeah.
Who is going? Are
You
you?
going, Chief?
So
Yes, I'll go
Chief-
to that one. I'm on
Chief-
vacation, so.
Chief
free.
Curtis, Aaron,
I should be available, Chief.
pardon me?
I should be available.
Linda, you're going?
Yes.
And Obari. Chris, are you going?
What's the date, Chief?
August 25th. Chris, maybe? Okay. Okay, motion to approve the attendance at the meeting August 25th, the lobby session with the department.
I'll move, Chief.
Linda, who'll
I'll
second?
second.
Curtis. Anyone opposed? Seeing none, motion's carried. And just by the way, to show you that the lobbies are working and effective, there was an email that was just, a letter came on July the 11th from Nico. The department has approved $2,838,000 to construct 10 houses. And so the council will have to identify these houses. I think Tom wants to put them down on Flat Street. There's 10 houses. We just need clarity on that. But so anyway, they were not getting any answers on their proposals. So we did lobby this a couple of times with the department. And so the answers come back and it's all positive. $2,838,000. They'll be paying for all of it.
Good one.
So that's good news for MBQ because we need houses. Has the council been down to see the houses on Flat Street?
Yep, I live there.
Yeah. Have you seen them, Chris? Well, I would encourage the council members to go and look at them. They're really nice. They're nice little places.
Especially when nice was seeing the solar panels on them.
Yeah, because I know council did at the beginning of the term, lobby for tiny houses. So there's 10 houses there and 10 more houses will be coming. And we've got the 243,000 of the 250,000 has been received for the design of the 19 unit apartment building. And that's covered too. Thought I'd share that good news with everyone. August 25th. So we have to reschedule the item 4, the council meeting of August the 20th. Needs to be changed because myself and Linda will be attending the First Nations Wellness Conference from August the 19th to the 21st in Toronto. So let's see what other dates are available. So go to your August calendar.
Can we do it on the 27th, the following Wednesday?
Let's see here, because 25th. The 27th, there's local business. We could change it to the 27th, just have a day and night meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody opposed to the 27th of August? Motion to postpone the meeting for August the 20th
I'll motion, Chief.
to August 27th at 9:30 in the morning. This will be the regular council meeting.
I'll second.
Moved by Ogwari and seconded by Aaron. Is anybody opposed? Seeing none, that motion is carried. Environment, climate change. So Joel Kelly, the operations manager from Environmental Enforcement Directorate, Environment Canada and Climate Change, is seeking a time to meet with the council to discuss potential inspections of gas stations on the Tyendinaga Mohawk territory. Following the recent history of communications and inspection challenges, Marcel Miracle, Joel and Reagan have been meeting to gain an understanding of how Environment and Climate Change Canada enforcement and MBQ can work together toward our ultimate goal, like-minded goal of protecting the environment through federal jurisdiction enforcement mechanisms. Its staff are recommending council set a date with the Environment, Climate Change Canada enforcement to work together to proactively complete through inspections at all gas stations on the Tyendinaga territory to ensure they are in compliance with the storage tank system for petroleum products and allied petroleum products regulations. So if you're going to sell gas, your tank has to be registered with Environment Canada. They're already doing that now. And so they're just doing inspections to make sure there's nothing amiss. And there is a briefing note here from Megan. And it says, Joel Kelly was seeking a meeting with council to discuss the potential inspections of the gas stations on the territory. And Environment and Climate Change Canada Enforcement is responsible for the protection and conservation of both the environment and wildlife for future generations in the field. Enforcement officers across Canada enforce environmental and wildlife laws. The Canadian Environmental Protection Act 1999 aims to prevent pollution and protect the environment and human health by preventing and managing risks that posed by toxic and other harmful substances. The Act also manages the environmental and human health impacts through authorities related to biotechnology, marine pollution, disposal at sea, vehicle engine and equipment emissions, fuels, hazardous waste, and environmental emergencies. Environment enforcement officers enforce federal legislation that deals with different risks to the environment and its biodiversity. These laws regulate, for example, the use of toxic substances, their release to the air, water, or land, as well as the import and export of substances that present a risk to the environment and to human life or health, such as hazardous waste and hazardous recyclable materials. Environmental enforcement officers enforce these laws throughout Canada in collaboration with provincial, territorial, national, and international agencies and organizations. The storage tank system for petroleum products and allied petroleum products regulation under the Canadian Environmental Protection Act 1999, CEPA, establishes requirements for tank storage and under federal jurisdiction. Some of these requirements are found in the Environmental Code of Practice for above ground and underground storage tank systems containing petroleum and allied petroleum products, PDF 749 KB, parts of which are incorporated by reference in the regulation. The regulation came into force in 2008 to help reduce the risk of releases of petroleum products such as leaks and spills. The regulations are designed to regulate storage tank systems not captured by provincial or municipal regulation, which includes systems located on Aboriginal land, including systems owned and operated by band councils or private businesses such as gas stations. Recently, the Tyendinaga territory has experienced several spills at gas stations, resulting in environmental harm, notably the Peacemaker Convenience, Deb's Gas Bar, March 2023, October 2020, Peacemaker's Convenience, March 2023, Deb's Gas Bar, October 23rd, Nation's Best Esso, September 2024, Syntex at the Smoke and Gas Depot. The environmental damage caused by these spills may have been prevented with a properly designed product transfer area and requirements under the regulation. ECC enforcement officers have attempted inspections in the past and were met with community pushback and potential health and safety risks. In 2020-23, 2 environmental officers via communication with them responded to Deb's Gas Bar spill. Community members were quickly became alarmed of the officers dressed in uniform equipped with their safety weapons. Marcel Miracle police responded to the community concerns, met with environmental enforcement officers for their comfort and safety. They decided to leave. Following the recent history of communication and inspection challenges, Marcel, Joel, and Megan have been meeting again to gain an understanding of how ECC enforcement and MVQ can work together towards ultimate like-minded goal of protecting the environment through their federal jurisdiction and enforcement mechanisms. We have previously outlined to Joel Kelly and other ECC enforcement staff that there is a need for a clear communication protocol for ECC to inform MVQ in advance of their presence and for MVQ to inform community of their presence and stipulations on their vehicle clothing, unmarked and unarmed. You have the option to meet with them, or you have the option to or not meet with them. So the option do not meet, ECC enforcement to work together to proactively complete through inspections at all gas stations on TMT to ensure they are in compliance with the storage tank system for petroleum products and allied petroleum products regulation. The pros, no need for further communication with ECC enforcement. The cons, the inability, it will create an inability to positively communicate and collaborate with ECC enforcement to ultimately ensure environmental and human safety associated with bulk storage of fuel on the territory. Maintain internal challenges associated with fuel systems and fuel spills enforcement. Hinder the relationship with ECC enforcement that while they ultimately have jurisdiction regardless. Set a date and time to meet ECC enforcement to work together to proactively complete through inspections at all gas stations on the territory to ensure that they are in compliance with the storage tank system for petroleum products and allied petroleum products regulation. The pros will create positively communicate and collaborate with ECC enforcement and ultimately ensure environmental and human safety associated with bulk storage of fuel on the territory, work to mitigate internal challenges associated with fuel systems and fuel spills enforcement, improve the overall relationship with ECC enforcement, and discuss options for successfully having them visit the territory. Cons require time and further communication. It's my recommendation for Megan to consider option 2 to meet with them, to given the potential positive outcomes. What is the decision that count with our council's wishes? Do you wish to meet with them or not meet with them?
Yeah, I think we should meet with them.
Okay. Other
I think
opinion?
it would be in our best interest to meet with them so we can also understand what those new rules and regulations are.
Well, they're not new rules. They're
Oh.
they're existing rules that have been around for a while. Chris?
Chief, my sincere apologies. I thought all along that our gas stations, when they go on this reserve, they were meeting all criteria. That's why we get these reports all the time, and now I'm finding out all are not meeting criteria?
Well, they all have to have valid TSSA inspection, so
I'm sorry?
they all have to have valid TSSA certification.
Okay, that's saying
Then
that
that-
some of them
that-
don't
like,
have,
if they
The
have
tanks,
valid-
the tanks are
If they have a
registered.
valid TSSA certification, then they should be meeting these requirements anyways.
but isn't she saying that some of them don't have that containment around the perimeter of the tanks that they should have?
You don't need the containment if they're double wall tanks.
Okay.
And like these, I know 3 of these were because of driver error. They weren't, had nothing to do with the tanks or the station themselves, it was driver error.
So the drivers have been careless to let when they're refueling, to let it continue running without a shut off.
Yeah, like there was one where a driver
Well, there
hooked
was,
up, had his pumping and walked away from it.
well, there was one that I did see,
where
it looked like there was some
drove
kind of
away.
malicious damage to the tank that caused it to leak.
Yeah, the one another driver drove away with hose connected while it was flowing.
And that was a huge spill.
Because these are all.
Anyway.
driver error.
So there are inspections done. They have to comply with the technical standard and safety authority, the electrical safety authority, and they have to have their tanks registered with Environment Canada.
Yeah.
And so my understanding is that the tanks have all been registered with Environment Canada, but they have to be inspected periodically. So just because you're registered, you're not done. There's an inspection process that follows that
Well, that's
periodically.
what the TSSA follows as well. So, like, I'm not objecting to meeting.
So
It's just-
I think really what needs to be done is there just needs to be some communication about the process to the business. It's part of our business licensing program. And that this happens is by virtue of registering your tanks. And my understanding is you can't get fuel unless you register your tank, but the inspection is part of it. So is there a motion then to meet with them?
Yep, I'll motion.
I'll second.
Can we add them to
Aaron
one of
and
our
Linda,
regular meetings?
and Linda and Chip, you're in favor?
Yes.
And you're in favor, Chris?
I'm good, Chief.
And Aguirre, you're in favor?
August 20th got moved to the 27th.
Yeah, okay, but
Can
is
we
that
aim for that one?
It's to schedule a meeting with them with,
Can they be put on then?
I can offer it. We can offer it to them and see if they come back.
If it's not big yet.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
so I think people need to understand what the inspection consists of. So the staff will schedule a meeting with the Environment Canada on this fuel tank inspection process. Thank you. New business registration. Jim McMurder, Lumber Supplies and Building Supplies, the owner is Jim McMurder. The construction supplies, sports simulators and snack counter. Environmental fire inspection completed and insurance is on file, and the recommendation is to sign. Approve and sign. Does
Are
council
they
approve?
still selling alcohol out of there?
I'm sorry, Aaron?
Are they still selling alcohol out of this business?
I don't know. We're not approving alcohol.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
This is the big murder one that got, however it got
It was a
let go
different
or whatever it
name.
is, he's trying to reapply for his McMurder license again
But we should bring
It was
Diane.
under a name, a different name and stuff like
before,
that.
but now he won't.
Do you want to bring Diane in to verify it?
Well,
Diane,
I just don't know why he would include a smart search certificate if it's.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
why would he
Makes you
include
curious.
fuel?
And what's the name of this business? I don't even know what it is.
Bring Diane in, please.
Tyendinaga tea time?
Tea
But
time.
this one includes the sports simulators and the snack.
Bring Diane to answer these questions.
Tyendinaga tea time. That's what. Thank you.
Maybe there needs to be a box here on items that are going to be sold or other, please specify. Hi, Diane. We're doing the new business registrations. The question has come up. Just have a seat. The McMurder business registration renewal, it's a new one. And the question was raised, will alcohol be sold from this premise?
It's just an application for this business.
Yeah, but you attached the smart serve.
He sent that to me. So I just attached it because I'm letting you know.
Can you
he
speak into-
sent it,
Can you
but I
speak into the
have
mic?
no way he's put down here.
Okay,
He is a,
just a suggestion. I see we have other here. So there's been no mention of any alcohol.
no. So that's what I'm saying. That's what he sent to me, and I just included it to alert you that I don't know what his expectations are, but he has signed up for like restaurant, contractor, pretty much everything, convenience, golf simulator, pool tables, and there's no mention of alcohol, and nor mine.
And I see there's a diesel fuel tank and one regular tank. Read from McEwen, have these tanks been registered with Environment Canada?
Megan had a conversation with him about that, and is following up with him about that. So when she inspected, she sent him a whole bunch of information about what he has to do to get that registered.
Okay, so should we be approving this now without that, knowing that it's happened? Are these tanks
He's not
installed?
technically a bulk petroleum handler, which is what is in our policy. That we
No, but
Their personal use.
all
It's
fuel
personal.
all the fuel tanks have to be registered with Environment Canada.
That's what Megan has told him, but what I'm saying as far as registration, under my policy, we deal with bulk petroleum handlers, not personal use. To date, we have not, so we would have to change our policy if we're going to start. But Megan did her due diligence and sent him all the information and told him, according to Environment Canada, he needs to have that registered. So that's what I like. Yeah.
Okay,
sorry.
do you want to bring Megan up, please? I'd like to ask this question.
She was in a safety meeting. She was.
I'll try her. She's in.
Being that it's a rented tank, chief from McEwen, every one of these tanks have to have a ULC plate on. Okay, so when they're sold or they're rented out, this McEwen is the one that keeps count of the number. So they're the ones that were responsible for it because they rented it.
Yeah, but it doesn't exempt them from registering it.
It is registered, chief. They got the ULC plate on.
Is-
That's registered.
Is there any
Okay.
relevance to this diesel tank? Wouldn't
No.
that date back to his lumberyard days? And if
No.
it's totally irrelevant, why are we talking about it?
Yeah. Because they're just small tanks.
I see. Okay, is there a motion then to approve it?
I would motion to defer until we can confirm if alcohol is being sold on the premises.
That he was doing and he was advertising it.
Yeah.
If that would be a police matter, I guess.
But we had made a motion that if people were selling alcohol, then we would not be giving them business licenses.
If they had not gone through the process.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so then it's been moved by Aaron to defer it.
Okay.
Is there a seconder?
Is he going through the process?
Not that I'm aware of. And the only way I would know is if he came and asked us for the VCR to go along with his application. That's the only way I would know.
Well, as you know, him and Debbie, I guess, came
Yeah,
previously to council about it, and I got the impression that they weren't going through that process.
now I haven't looked lately to see if he's still advertising out front of his place. He had signs in the window. I can go by and check that again. I haven't looked lately.
Okay, it's been
Yeah,
moved
my
by,
motion is to defer.
moved by Aaron. Is there a seconder to defer the motion?
I'll second Chief.
Linda?
I too want to know, is he going to be selling alcohol
Yeah,
in there?
okay, Chris?
Motion to accept Chief Merkel's recommendation, check the box. We'll be talking about this 5 years from now.
Yeah, I see that when they fill, there needs to be the environmental screening there. Do we need another box, other? I see on the application form, there's other, and he's written down
Golf simulator, pool tables,
golf simulators,
darts.
pool tables, arcade, and darts. Commercial dealer of business supplies, sports, complex, stimulators, darts, pool tables, shuffleboard. Okay. So I guess the question is, we need clarification on the alcohol question.
I can see
Hi,
who's
Chris.
advertising it. I don't know if I walk in there, like, I'm not a police person to be walking in to see if he's got alcohol in.
Yeah, if it's
Chris, you shouldn't be
advertised,
driving
then
and
I
being
don't think we will
distracted.
be.
Your city, and I'm going to hear from you, listening to you guys. But it sounds like everything that is not as outward are things that are located inside of the building. The gas tank, the diesel tanks are outside of the building. Does that make a difference?
Okay. So there's been a motion to defer this. We need clarification on the alcohol question.
I would be okay with deferring it.
Okay, and Chris, what do you want? You okay with the deferral? Well, Oguari, are you okay with the deferral?
Yep.
And Chip, you're okay with the deferral, so the motion is carried to defer it.
And my only question is, how do you want that followed up?
Well, by a letter, I guess that he's not going to be selling alcohol
So
there.
we want something in writing from him
Yeah.
stating that he's not selling alcohol.
Outside
And
of
if-
getting approval from the province.
Or unless he's gonna go through the process.
Yeah.
And if he refuses to do any of that, we'll proceed with the
Yes.
registration. Okay.
Yep. Then
That's
we're
fine. I
there.
will draft something, and should the letter come from council, chief,
No,
myself?
it's an administrative issue. Council's made a motion to defer it for that reason.
Okay.
They've asked for clarifications. That's within the staff realm.
Okay,
To get the letter, if he signs a letter, then I guess if he does that today, then he can bring it back up this afternoon.
okay.
Chris?
Clarity, Chief, is there a seconder for the motion, or is the motion even needed to have that box added?
Yeah, I see it is on the application form, but on this other form, do you think it's needed on the screening process? Because there's public health issues if you're going to serve food or alcohol or anything that can be consumed.
Yes,
And so do we need another box there that covers that on our application form?
under the screening, under,
Under environmental screening, because if you're selling something that's going to be for consumption, food
Yes.
and beverage,
yes,
then normally there's a public health inspection.
yes, and we annually have those. They get arranged through CWC, and they go to anybody's.
So I think we do need another box there if there's food sold, food or
Okay.
beverage.
Okay, I will, we are in the midst of discussing some changes to the application.
Okay, so then I guess that was one of the changes that we were recommending, if
I'll
there's
put that
food and
forward.
beverage, okay? Is that your motion, Chris? Add a box,
As long as we're not having this discussion next council, Chief.
okay?
Okay.
Then what we don't, these questions are answered on the application form.
Okay,
It's been moved by Chris to add that box then, is there a seconder?
I'll second Chief.
Curtis?
Oh.
Chris and Curtis? Motion is carried. On that environmental screening. Okay, thank you. Now, if we have public health inspection,
Thank
would
you.
that be Lindsay McDonald?
yes.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Yeah.
We might as well stay,
Crystal arranges for Lindsay.
you might better stay for the other business in case there's questions.
Two more.
So Sacred Circle Shop, Kevin Fox is the owner. It's general retail, environment, and fire inspection completed, no
He's the
insurance proof
builder's
is
first,
required. And the recommendation is to approve and sign, and there is no issue of alcohol there, is there? So is
Motion,
it
Chief.
Oguari to approve?
I'll second.
Which one are we doing?
Sig-
He jumped to the next one. He didn't do KC.
Oh, okay, good.
Wait, is that out of order?
I'll move KC's, Chief.
Yeah, I'll second it.
Okay. It's out of order.
Sacred Circle with Oguari and Linda.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Oguari, who moved KC Builders?
Chris and Curtis.
Chris and who?
Curtis.
Curtis, okay. That motion is carried. So just need clarification on the one.
Okay,
Okay, we have land transfers.
Then
I'll just read off the land transfers that are before council for approval. A land transfer from Larry William Hay to Rachel Elizabeth Hay and Larry William Hay as joint tenants for parcel B, lot 29, concession 2, Candaland Survey Record 50462. The second one is a land transfer from Dylan Franklin Roy Gary and Michael Raymond Brandt to Robert Collins Miracle and Samantha Marie Miracle as joint tenants for lot 11B-2, concession 3, CLSR 104633. Is that the right concession number? A land transfer from Donna Marie. Is that how you spell Marie? Donna Maury Kraus to Richard Alexander Kraus and Karen Luella Michelle Austin to Richard Alexander Kraus for lot 35A -14-2 concession 1 RSO 604R and lot 35A concession 1 RSO 6522R. There's a land transfer from Bernard Stanley Hill, Beverly Ann LaRue, Robert John Hill to Beverly Ann LaRue for lot 13F-1-1, concession 2, RSO 5161R. There's a land transfer from Eleanor Lillian Gale Clement to David Kevin Clement and Eleanor Lillian Gale Clement as joint tenants for lot 3-2 in part of lot 34, concession A, RSO 6012R. There's a land transfer from Connie Jean Fleming to Abigail Emma Ray Miracle, lot 22-2-3, concession A, Candaland Survey Record 75095, a land transfer from Kelsey Brianna King to Madison Jane Marie Fuller of lot 9C-2, concession 2, Candaland Survey Record 76099. I didn't think we had a concession 3 on the reserve.
That's what was my question. No, we only had
So
one.
that probably should read too. Can you just get clarity on that so we can correct that, Angela?
Thanks, Sean.
Gonna check the. Okay, on the document, it is lot 2, so just correct that on your sheet there. On the sheet that you have in front of you, it says 3, just change that to 2. It's that way on the land transfer document.
Okay.
So is there a motion to approve these land transfers?
I'll move, Chief.
I'll
Moved by
second.
Chris. Okay, thank you. Just a typo. Is anybody opposed to the motion to accept these land transfers? Seeing none, the motion is carried.
Who moved and seconded it?
It's been moved by Chris Miracle and seconded by Linda. Chris Brandt, are you in favor? Good, thank you.
Yes, I am.
Okay, thank you. We need to set a date for the residency bylaw.
Is this a community meeting or in?
No, I
No,
think
it's
it's an
just with-
internal meeting.
It's an internal staff meeting, so I think we should probably book at least a half a day, maybe a full day.
Yeah, I think it's just, what are you looking at, and have the team here, so that way we can all be on the same page,
Yeah,
basically.
absolutely.
But there is a definite need for a residency bylaw. We need to control who's coming on the reserve, why they're here. And it can't be just a place where anybody can live here. Otherwise,
So what dates you got, Chief?
well, I can be available. The morning, we could, the morning of the 25th. The afternoon of the 28th.
Either one's good with me.
We've got council on the 30th.
You should look into the middle of August or
Could you pick
into
any?
September, because
Because-
everybody's starting to take their vacation.
Right.
Okay.
And I won't
So
be here.
the first week of August, let's
After
see,
tomorrow.
the
The middle,
Middle, Chief.
middle of August.
middle of August.
I'm away from the 15th to the 21st,
So the 11th,
or 24th, 15th to the 24th.
August the
Same.
11th is free. August the 12th, I got an appointment at noon with the podiatrist. 13th is not good.
What about the 11th, 12th,
The
13th?
14th or the 15th will work.
15 won't work for Aguari.
I'm
Oh,
gone too.
you're gonna wait, so the 13th
Aaron
will
will
work
be
for you?
gone too?
The same time.
So
frame.
you're away which dates, Gary?
The 14th to the 24th, I believe. or 15th
The
to
14th or
21st.
15th?
Yeah.
What's your schedule?
How about the 11th?
I can do the 11th.
Can everybody do the 11th? Chris, can you do the 11th? Chris Brandt?
I think I'm all right with it. I was just wondering about, doing it in the afternoon, or would for everybody else require it?
Well, it doesn't matter to me. I would say that we can do the afternoon at 1 o'clock.
I was just thinking that, myself, if we did the afternoon, at least I could come to myself for one long good morning, and then I could make it into the afternoon for the meeting. And, keep in mind, I get my second hip replacement on the 22nd of August.
Okay. So then, is there a motion then to meet on August the 11th at 1 p.m., 1 to 4 p.m.? Worry.
I'll second.
In the afternoon at, what'd you say, 1?
Yeah, yeah.
Shelley,
The doctor's appointment that way.
Shelley, something else.
Okay.
Or Angela, could you send me a message on that date, please, at time, I can't write it down.
That, no, Shelley,
So Shelley will send out the meeting invite, and all you have to do is press on your phone, accept.
Okay, yes, sir.
Okay, it's been moved by Aguirre and seconded by Aaron to schedule a residency bylaw meeting on August 11th, 2025, from 1 to 4 p.m. in the council chambers. Anyone opposed? Anyone opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. And there's been a number of bylaws that some of the other communities have passed already, one from Six Nations, Akwesasne, and Ganawagi.
they're just samples that you can look at. We can talk.
It might be worthwhile for the staff to check in to see if they've had any issues with community members about enforcing those laws.
That's why we want to have this internal meeting.
Yeah. Hay tenders. A hay tender was closed on July 16th at 2 p.m. There was only one tender submitted at the tender closing. Hay tender has been awarded to Bruce Miracle. This is and Neil Miracle. Are they working together? For 2025, Bruce has been informed his tender was accepted. Or was Neil's late? Why is and Neil Miracle in there?
I think it's registered underneath, yeah.
Chief? Yes. Go ahead, Chris.
Is there a reason why this cannot be an administrative matter and not have to go to council in the future?
So I can answer that. I requested them put it on because it's been such a hot topic. Everyone wanted it out. So I just wanted it brought here, you just could acknowledge the fact that it went out and it's been awarded to someone, and that there was only one person that was.
Well, that way you know
And
it's
we can
looked
definitely-
after.
Okay, well, on that notice of us having to
We can definitely. do that.
remind people every year, an administrative issue doesn't have to come to council.
No, the reminder, so we just the end of May and their work plan, just pay tenders.
Yeah, tenders don't get awarded in August for hay,
Post-
chief.
Post it. Okay, anyway, is there a motion to approve this hay tender?
I'll move it.
Is there a seconder?
Second that, chief.
I'd like to know though, why is Neil Miracle's name mentioned here? If there's one tender received, what does that mean?
I believe the farm is registered in Neil's name, chief.
Oh, I see.
They are, I've talked to Bruce in the past, and they are both on that, so they just wanted to recognize it. And I was also in, when the tenders, I was in the office when the tenders were coming in, and I was informed at the time that there was only the one tender come through. At the time, Wilbur Miracle could not make, an application for the tender because his machinery was broken. So that left Bruce the only applicant for a tender this year.
Okay, that's fine. Motion is carried, and what was the tender amount?
Does it say?
No, and I
Is it
didn't
way up?
ask, sorry. We can let you know.
Okay, the next item is the Gowling invoice. This is the per capita distribution. It's really a partial distribution. It's not per capita. It's a partial per capita.
I'll motion.
I'll second.
Aaron and Chris Miracle. Is anyone opposed to the motion to pay this invoice? Seeing none, there is the motion to pay the Gowling's invoice number 205-36231 in the amount of $2,892.50 has been approved. Motion carried. The NERA invoice, this is the consultant for Curtin Pen loss of use claim.
A motion, chief.
Moved by
Shelley has a
O'Gary. Is there a
motion.
seconder?
I'll
Shelley,
second that, chief.
Chris Brandt.
Do you have some, Michelle?
Yes. The hay tender was $2,400.
2,400?
Yes.
Just put that in the motion for transparency.
I was gonna say, I got that too.
Okay, so there's a motion then to pay the NERA invoice, $3,825 for the Curtin Pen loss of use claim. It's been moved by O'Gary and seconded by Chris. Is anybody opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. The Indigenous Services Cabinet number 105 for fiscal year 2025-26, the current fiscal year. Please acknowledge and approve amendment for ISC for additional program funding for fiscal year 25-26. The amendment is for construction of the design of the apartment building, and it's for $243,453. And there's a bit of a holdback. You'll get that later for the maximum of $250.
Motion.
Motion to approve. Chris Miracle
Second.
and Aguari. Is anyone opposed? Hearing none, the motion is carried. Please sign. Again, that's the result of our lobby vote. Head Start addition. The tender closed for a new addition to the Head Start Child Care Center on July the 10th, 2025 at 2 p.m. There were two bids. Build all contract is $451,099 and best fencing was $800,000. Approve to award the contract to build all contractors for $451,099 to approve the project budget totaling $581,354. Is there a motion to approve this contract?
I'll motion.
Moved by Aaron,
Second, chief.
Maguire, and that will be awarded to build all contractors for $451,099. The motion is carried. The RBC on reserve mortgage program. The previously approved mortgage on referral policy requires revision. Approved to increase the individual limit to $400,000. Approved to set down payment of 5% instead of RBC's proposed 2%, and approved to limit the initial $2 million for new construction and purchase of existing only. Does council approve this policy change?
Motion, chief.
Aguirre,
I'll second it. What? I thought we already done it.
No, we had talked about changing them and some of them we weren't able to.
I think with one, the amount obviously changed since then.
Yeah.
The dollar amount, I would imagine that the percentage should be equal to what the other one is. And because it's only 2 million, I think we talked about it before, but we couldn't find any kind of a formal motion. So it's just putting it into the motion.
there, Chris, when you come into the office, they'll see Shelley, and there's the amendment 105 for our funding, needs to be signed by yourself. Chris Brandt?
Yeah, I'll be there just as soon as I can.
Okay.
I might even have a chance to come in later today, if everything goes well.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, thank you.
Chris,
And
I'm
so-
gonna have documents to sign too, but it will have to be signed today.
Okay, I will come and see you today for sure. I'll get in touch with you. I'll call you, Ange.
Thank you.
Okay, so the RBC, is anybody opposed to that motion to amend our policy accordingly?
Who seconded it?
It's been moved by Aguirre and seconded by Curtis.
I'm good with it.
Anybody opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. So then the next item, the next add-on is the selected date for the XDR interviews. When is council available? Take out your
Probably
calendar.
gonna be better part of a day.
So when will Kelly be here and you will be here?
It's not gonna be all that. I don't want to get into all the logistics online while we're,
Okay, so we need Kelly here for sure.
I don't want to get into all the logistics.
Okay,
Why does it have to go?
that's fine.
She's got 5, 6 other staff there, so why can't one of them?
Anyways, do we have to talk about that online? Can we just, I need a day,
Yeah.
better part of a day. I can tell you
How
other
many
stuff once we're
applicants are
offline.
How many applicants are there?
I will tell, I believe there's 3.
When's our
Might be a couple
August
more.
council meeting?
Okay, then, so that's personnel, so we'll
this
put that over
The
to the in
6th
camera.
and the 27th.
If you want logistics,
Or regular.
yes. But if you set a
Just,
date, that's a
we
public.
just need to identify the date that
Yes.
people are available in the public minutes.
Yes, please.
I could be available during the day on the 11th if we're gonna have an afternoon meeting.
The 11th of August then, in the morning? Is council agreeable to that?
Then it might chew into your other time. That's all.
Oh yeah, because our meeting's from 1 to 4.
Curtis, are you free that?
Shoot.
I can't tell you, chief.
I can do the
You guys just go ahead and make whatever you're gonna do.
12th too.
I can be available I just have a podiatrist appointment at noon hour. So I can be available anytime from 9:30 till 11:30 or anytime after 1 till 4
What date are you
on
talking?
the 12th.
Oh, on the 12th.
How about the 12th at 1:30 in the afternoon we'll start?
Not for me, Chief. I'm at Woodland.
You what?
I'm at Woodland, 12th and 13th.
Okay. So what about the 11th then?
But is Chris Brand available? He's not available. in
Can
the
you make the
morning.
11th? Who cannot make the 11th work?
I can make it work.
When was our other meeting in the afternoon?
It's in the afternoon, so Karen's proposing to do that, the ECDEV interviews in the morning.
Okay, so a full day then.
Yes.
And if it's a full day with two separate meetings, I'd be all right with that. All I have to do is I have to let the boss know that I need the day off, but we can't change it at the last minute because, he makes a schedule. And right now, it's very, very busy with, sending, the weed to the factories. So if you choose a day,
So Chip, can you make it work?
I will make the 11th work if it's a full day.
Okay, let's make a motion for the 11th so we get it done.
I'm trying.
Moved by
Motion.
Aguirre
I'll second it.
and second by Aaron will be August the 11th at 9. We'll start at 9 in the morning.
I'm good with that.
Okay. We'll say 9 till 11:30.
You're not gonna hit all your people in that time frame.
So do you think for our initial meeting of the residency bylaw, do we need that full 1 to 4? If it's the initial meeting
I
to
think we can
discuss
just
where
go
we're
into
at,
it. We'll have to figure it out from
So,
there.
so I guess,
maybe we push that back a little bit?
Sorry?
Would the priority be to get this economic development officer position hired?
The executive director, I would say yes.
Executive director?
But I do know that your residency important too,
Oh,
but
absolutely.
how many applicants are there? Do you know? Not
I said,
asking
can
who.
we discuss
Yeah.
the particulars in
Sure, all right.
private
Well,
versus,
we'll get started then in the morning on August the 11th.
we have
Start
several,
there.
put it that way.
Okay. Okay, that concludes the public portion of the agenda. Okay. That concludes the public portion of the agenda. Would like to thank everybody for joining online. We'll now have a motion to go in camera.
A motion.
Moved by Aaron, second by Linda. Anybody opposed? The motion is carried. It's now 10:54 a.m. Thank you. Everyone have a great day and hope everybody's enjoying the